The channel, Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Ciao Fra, how are you?
Ciao Fabri, all well.
We are ready because the World Cup is here, big games are coming, but also big stories on the market every single day. We are here also to answer your questions, and so let's jump into it with a new video together. Here we are, guys, ready to update you. Many things, many stories, many questions, many situations to explain as well, because as I mentioned, there is the World Cup, but here every single day we keep you updated with all the latest, with exclusive news. There has been plenty of stories, Tonali, Cucurella, Arne Slot, and many others. It's been already very busy in the last couple of weeks, but more is coming, and so we are here to answer your questions.
And let's start with the big story of the day, the one of Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, we start with Rashford because from today, Tuesday, 16th of June, Marcus Rashford is no longer a Barcelona player. The buy option clause into the contract between Manchester United and Barcelona for Marcus Rashford expires today, 30 million euros. And as I mentioned last week, Barcelona were never gonna take it, not because they don't like the player at all. Barcelona are still interested in keeping Marcus Rashford at the club, but because of the formula of the deal. So Barcelona are not going to activate the clause and didn't activate the clause because now already expired, because financially, in terms of transfer fee and salary, as Rashford is still under contract at Man United on a very big salary, is something that creates complications financially to the financial fair play for Barcelona. So Barca said no to this possibility. Now they remain in conversations with Marcus Rashford camp about the possibility of staying one more season on loan, but this also depends on Man United, and Man United are not so keen about letting the player go on loan. They want to explore different opportunities. Let's see if they want to consider the possibility to keep Rashford under Michael Carrick, so that's going to be a point as well. Also, don't forget that there is a release clause into the contract of Rashford, valid for all the clubs apart from Man City and Liverpool, is worth £40 million, so available for any club interested. Let's see what's going to happen there, but for sure the Rashford situation is one to watch.
Talking about Manchester United, Fabri, there were some rumors today about Summerville, one of the most interesting talents also at the World Cup.
Yeah, there are many clubs interested in Crysencio Summerville, scored the World Cup with the Netherlands on the opening game, and also Summerville is attracting interest from really several clubs. Manchester United are one of them, it's true. So he's one of the names being considered for the winger position. Appreciated. Man United are already in conversations with West Ham for Mateusz Fernandes. Don't forget that. So there is talks underway about the midfielder. And so they also asked about the situation of Crysencio Summerville and the price of the player. So there is interest. Then also Paris Saint-Germain last week made a call to understand the situation of Summerville. They could add one more winger to the squad in case Barcola leaves. It's not sure yet, but it's still a possibility to follow and watch. So also Paris Saint-Germain come. And I will keep an eye also on more Premier League clubs, because there are more Premier League clubs keen on Crysencio Summerville. So Man United asked about informations while talking about Mateusz Fernandes, but I think there could be more clubs from Premier League also joining. So it's going to be a super interesting situation. The player is not going to stay at West Ham in Championship, of course. So there's going to be movement very soon, and it's going to be one of the names of the summer.
Real Madrid are, I don't know if you agree with me, one of the most active clubs in this first part of the window, and they made also 2 more signings.
Yeah, basically every day there is a Real Madrid announcement or Real Madrid here we go, or Real Madrid breaking news, because we had the manager with Mourinho, we had the president with Florentino Perez, we had the assistant coach with Sabi Khedira, we had players, Dumfries, Konate, Bernardo Silva, and all the others, including also the recent signing of Marco Cucurella and that exclusive story. Today, we have to update on 2 things. The first one is Toni Rüdiger, official, so it was already agreed some time ago. Then all completed, Toni Rüdiger signs new contract at Real Madrid for 1 more season, 2027. And so he already spoke to Jose Mourinho and is ready to stay and to fight in this new Real Madrid team. And then also Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva officially signed his Real Madrid contract in the last 12 hours after the verbal agreement, exchanging all the documents, was a here we go last week. Now everything completed for Bernardo to become a new Real Madrid player. So we just wait for the official statement, but Bernardo Silva is going to Real Madrid and is going to be one of the official announcements for the next days.
Speaking of staying or leaving, I don't know, you tell me right now, the future of Nico Paz is still one of the big topics of the summer, one of the most interesting talents also with Argentina.
Yes, Nico Paz is going to be the next interesting point to understand. I keep maintaining my line on Nico Paz, what I said last week. and over the last 10 days. So the expectation is for Nico Paz to continue at Como. The desire of Nico Paz is to stay at Como. One more season, play Champions League, 50 games, guaranteed number 10, star of the squad. So Nico wants to stay at Como not because he's rejecting Real Madrid. That's important to say. Just because he wants to play on regular basis. At Real Madrid there are many players, now also Bernardo Silva. And so the idea of Nico is stay at Como one more season. Now the point, before saying, okay, it's done, Nico Paz is staying at Como, because today I see all the reports saying, okay, Nico Paz stays at Como, is decided. Yeah, but I told you last week that Nico wanted to stay. Now the point is between the two clubs to reach an agreement on how to make it happen. Because yes, Real Madrid have a buyback clause. Yes, Real Madrid have a buyback clause also next summer. But Real Madrid are suggesting different conditions to come. Something like, okay, rebuy the player now on different conditions and let's change the conditions of the buyback clause. So they are discussing, negotiating. Let's see what happens. But Nico Paz, the expectation is for Nico not to play for Real Madrid this upcoming season.
Speaking about talents, yesterday we broke the news of Sandro Tonali and the interest coming from Tottenham. Do you have some extra bits for us?
Yeah, I see a lot of excitement on social media on this one from Tottenham fans, of course. I maintain my update, my news. So, first of all, Tottenham are in conversations with Sandro Tonali's camp. Second, Sandro Tonali wants to go to Tottenham, and so he's keen on the move. And I don't think it's going to be any problem with the player financially or in terms of contract, also because the connection with the Zerbi is very clear. As I was mentioning in a video yesterday, they are both from Brescia, same city, so the connection is very, very good. And also important to mention on this one about Sandro Tonali, soon Tottenham will reach out to Newcastle to start conversations. Then the price is going to be the point. Let's see. I think the expectation is going to be around 100 million euros, maybe something more as initial request, and then let's see the conversation. But Zerbi is pushing, and so let's wait for the club-to-club negotiation, but Tottenham are on it.
Are you still keeping Savinho as an option for Spurs as well?
Yes, absolutely yes. Savinho is a possibility for Tottenham, a strong possibility. There are conversations ongoing at Tottenham, Manchester City, Tottenham agents of the player. Savinho was keen on a move 1 year ago. Savinho is still keen on a move now that the project is even more ambitious, with a coach like Roberto De Zerbi pushing a lot. So Savinho remains an option for Tottenham, definitely. Then they need to reach an agreement with Man City. There is a conversation. I want to say to the fans, calma, because every day it's like, you say there are talks ongoing for Savinho, why there is no update? You can't close all the deals on 16th of June. So obviously it takes some time before they negotiate, discuss. It's big money, big player, big contract. So it's obvious to take some time, but there are conversations ongoing.
Last question for this video, Fabri. Do you have an update for Alex Scott and Arsenal?
Yes, because it's an important one to mention, this one for Alex Scott. He remains a player in the shortlist at Arsenal. One of the players they appreciate, as reported today by The Athletic, and it's true. The conversation is ongoing with agents of the player and also with Bournemouth to understand if there is this possibility. Bournemouth are offering a new contract to the player, so let's see what's going to happen there, because Bournemouth are really, really pushing for the player to stay with a release clause. But Arsenal are considering the player, he's on ground, very talented, so one of the options in the list at Arsenal for midfield. And then, important to mention also, one more thing, it's about Tottenham, because Tottenham are closing in right now on the deal to sign Van Hecke as new centre-back from Brighton. That was already agreed on player side, now also agreed club to club, and so new defender for Roberto De Zerbi, Van Hecke from Brighton.
I think this is it, right? I don't. Otherwise, I don't know if you have something else.
We already have too many faces for the thumbnail of this video, so we said many things, guys. I will see you later here on the channel as always. Thank you, Fra. Thank you, guys, for following.
Thank you.
And I will see you soon. Ciao.